You probably heard people say, I'm chasing my dreams or I'm following my dreams, or you could have been saying them yourself as well. I use this term often in life, but it was in the past though. It was all in the past. I always chased after what I wanted, always went after it. And as I continued to develop and learn a little bit more, I noticed that it was hard for me to get all the things that I was chasing. It was hard for me to attract all these things to myself. And as I continued to do this throughout my life, what I did notice is that it was hard for me to attract these things into my life as I continued to chase it. It was typically hard for me to manifest these dreams or make them a reality. All right, let me be honest. Let's be real with you. I grew up in an environment that was designed for me to fail. I grew up with drugs, violence, gangs, murder, you name it, I've seen it and I lived through it. While I remained in that environment, my idea of success looked totally different than when I got out of that environment, which I'm gonna dive into a little bit later. Now, I was always a very ambitious child. I was always very inquisitive, always wanted to push the bar. I didn't know what that bar may lead to, but I knew that I wanted more than what was in my environment. I knew that I wanted a better lifestyle than what I was given. Just because I had seen it that it was possible by looking at these different music videos at the time. I'm seeing, I think it was Cash Money coming up at the time, seeing them driving in different cars, showing the money with the women, the jewelry. All these things were fascinating to me, and it just opened my mind to so much like, wait, this looks totally different than what I'm used to right here. I want to live that life because that looks more fun. And with that vision implanted into my head, as I began to get older, I always tried different businesses. I tried different ventures. And just hopes of getting rich, just hopes of creating a different lifestyle for myself, creating that lifestyle that I had seen on TV that I was so fascinated with. And every single thing I felt like I just kept failing time and time again. And I began to wonder, why am I failing? Why am I not getting that success that I see other people living? Things then began to change for me until I changed my environments. So when I first got my driver's license, I used to go drive up to Beverly Hills. I go and drive and go see these different houses, see these different cars, and I just started to see a different lifestyle. Eventually, I stumbled up on this dealership called O'Gara Coach Company. You can look it up. It's on Olympic and a little bit west of Robertson. It's a little bit different now. They've expanded, but it's still there. During this time when I was going up there, this dealership had Bentley, Bugatti, Rolls-Royce, Lamborghini, and Spyker. And I seen all these cars on TV. I had always just seen them online. This is my first time seeing them in person. So I got so fascinated with the dealership. I go up there every single week. I go up there just looking at the cars, just fascinated, like, oh, this is nice. Just smelling the cars. Sometimes they let me sit in them. And one weekend I went up there, and then this one sales guy, he got used to seeing me. He just started to ask me questions and just started to inquire a little bit. I told him about my dreams and my hopes and my aspirations of what I wanted to do with my life. And I think he was attracted to my ambition. He was attracted to how ambitious I was, even though he knew I couldn't afford the cars at the time. So he ended up taking me for a ride in a Bentley GT. This was maybe 2007, 2008. So it was newly released, Bentley GT Coupe. And I'll never forget this. We drove off the car lot, and then he pulled over on the side street and he asked me, did I want to drive? And I got behind the wheel, and that changed my life. Just driving behind this machine alone was dope. But what really changed my life was that conversation that he talked to me about, and I would never forget. He talked to me about attracting things into my life. And then it clicked for me like, hold on, I've been chasing everything, but I need to attract it, because when you chase things in your life, it tends to run away from you. It's going to be much harder for you to catch. You can only chase one thing at one time. But if you decide to sit back, relax, align your energy, and just attract things, you can attract multiple things in your life at once. And that didn't just teach me a valuable lesson about success. It taught me a valuable lesson about life. You attract everything that you want. So the person that you become, you're going to attract that type of energy. I began to analyze my life, and I thought, when I was over there in my neighborhood where I grew up, where it was all the gangs, the drugs, violence, I felt like I attracted that. Even though I wasn't involved in it, but just because I was in that environment, I tend to attract that type of energy. But when I got outside of that, I attracted a different type of energy and a different type of attention. With this new information, I went on about my life. I began to work on attracting things into my life instead of chasing them all the time. So I started to do work within. I started to work on myself spiritually, mentally, just develop the individual who I was overall. And what I realized is that a lot of things began to change in my life slowly, and I didn't even notice it. People in my life started to fall off because they weren't going to serve me at this next stage that I was going to in life. The things I used to be into, I wasn't into them anymore because it wasn't going to serve me at the next stage of my life. And I began to feel isolated. I began to feel like I was an outsider. And I didn't realize until later that that was a blessing in disguise, because I couldn't take those people that were with me before to this next level because they wouldn't understand. They wouldn't grasp these new concepts because they hadn't developed that mindset themselves. So one thing that you want to do when you always thinking about your growth, when you want to attract something into your life, are the people around you. Are these people on the same frequency as you? Do they want better for themselves? Are they looking to attract things? Are they looking to attract something new into their life? Are they open to any new opportunities and new ways of thinking? If they're not, that could be one of the things that's holding you back, why you're not attracting things into your life, because of the people that's surrounding you. They're pushing it away from you. I began to learn how to focus on within, because I put too much power on the outside sources. I gave too much power to things that I couldn't control. The only thing I can really control is me. I can control how I respond to situations. I can control my actions. I can control my mindset. I can control all the things I consume. So if you looking at your life right now, what things are you consuming? How can you do the work from within? Whether that's getting in tune with you, learning the new person that you are, learning the person that you want to become as well. Because it can be difficult. It can be so frustrating when you surround yourself with people who don't understand these concepts, make you feel like an outsider, make you feel like you in a space where, oh, he think he better. No, that's not the case. They just don't understand. And you have to go on a different path to show them the way, because they won't understand, because they're on that same path with everyone else. Everyone's walking the same path, but you must make the decision to go this way, just to show them that it's a different route and a different thing that you can do. One of the most valuable lessons that I learned through this whole process is be clear on what it is you want out of life. I used to be so scared to ask for a lot from life. I see these multi-million-dollar homes, I see these multi-million-dollar cars, and I'm thinking, that's too much. I can't get it. Whatever you tell yourself is true. So if you say you can't get it, then you're right. If you say you can get it, then you're right as well. The world don't know what you want. The universe, God, whoever it is you believe in, whoever you put your faith into, do not know what you want. So you must tell them what it is that you want out of life. And what's going to happen is it's going to pave the path for you to get there. You say that you want to have this amount of success. You want this to attract into your life. Now you put it into the universe. Now everything that's happening next after this is developing you and your pathway to help you get there. It may be obstacles, it may be struggles, it may be frustrations, but you must go through these things, because the person you need to become is someone different than who you are right now. And everything that you're going through is going to help you develop into that new individual. It's going to help you develop the mindsets. It's going to help you develop the habits. It's going to help you develop the faith that you need to build that path to get to your road that you want to go on. As you think about things that you want to bring into your life, things that you want to attract, things that you want to manifest, things you want to make a reality that just seems a little far off, the first step to you getting anything that you want is for you to believe it. For you to believe that it's possible, for you to believe that you can do it. That's the first step. And then what that belief is going to do is lead to you taking action. And then that action leads to you getting results. And then those results are proof of concept, and that builds that confidence, which then feeds into your belief that you had in the beginning. So it's a never-ending cycle, and it all begins with belief, taking action, seeing the results, and repeating the concept. One of my favorite concepts that I picked up along this journey is the law of attraction. Only focus on what it is that you want out of life. Don't focus on what you don't desire, because whatever you focus on is going to multiply. Live as if you already have what you're asking for. And one of the toughest things to do is beat the conflicting thoughts in your mind. When you have those doubts, when you have those things that's telling you that you can't do it, you have to beat those conflicting thoughts. And then that's how you attract things into your life. So as we go through this journey of life, we're going to have so many different concepts, so many things thrown at us, so much content telling you, you need to chase your dreams. You need to go after it. No, if you continue to chase it, it's going to continue to run away from you. Become the person that you need to be. Become that person that's going to achieve that goal. The future you need to become that person today, and then you'll attract it into your life. Surround yourself with the right people, change your surroundings, and watch your life change. Stop chasing and attract everything that you want in life, and you got this. And a big part of this is helping you change your habits. And I made a video for that, so I want to put the link for it right up here. Click this link up here if you need help changing and shifting your habits so you can start attracting things you want into your life. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, introduce yourself, and remember, everybody has greatness within, even you.